Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spiritual Surgery live streaming from France, from Devon, and from California. This is Spiritual Surgery live tonight. Spiritual Surgery has been going for 2 years, and we now taken off to a new platform to go in live. So, without further ado, we have Deborah, Romero, and Nicky Alan in the house tonight. We have debates. We have techniques. You'll see them on the screen. But first, Deborah, introduce yourself, my love.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Paula, for having me. Nicky, woohoo! Let's get it, girl. We're getting ready. New platform. I love it. I am Debbie Romero. I'm in California. I am in Ventura County. I am a mother of 2 boys. I am married. As an addition, I am what they call a psychic medium healer, and I'm just doing my part to shift the vibration of the world. So let's do it, one person at a time. Let's go, girls. Let's go.
You look incredible. You live in California, which makes me want to puke. Oh my God, how brilliant is that? And I'm sitting here with no makeup. I haven't brushed my hair, and I've got my nightie on, and I don't care.
But you look amazing. I totally see your tiara right above your head, girl. You're rocking that crown.
Yes, it's an invisible one. Only light workers can see it, darling. It's right next to the unicorn and my wizard. To my right.
Yes. Speaking of unicorns, Miss Paula, I see you got your unicorns rocking it already, baby girl.
Yeah, I have indeed.
Oh God, I so want that cup. I so want it. That is amazing.
We got to make that happen, Miss Paula. We got to make that happen.
Miss Paula, I love how she calls you Miss Paula.
I know, so do I. It melts me all the time.
An Essex bird being called Miss Paula.
I can't help it. She's a Miss Paula. She's my girl.
Oh my God, look at my hair. Hey.
Well, we've got a lot of people coming in already on the show, so thank you very much. Now, set out before. Can you not hear me, Deborah?
For a second, you just kind of froze up for a second.
It's our journey set out before we born, and can you change your path? Now, if you have the people that are watching tonight, if you have an opinion on that, then please text for free 07572788411, and it's on the screen above. And now back to you, Deborah.
Well, we have Miss Nicky Alan, who is a highly acclaimed international medium throughout the UK and Europe. Hey, girl, get it, girl. Devon-based, Nicky retired as a police detective in 2003, carrying out global sellout evenings, demonstrating her mediumship and having toured with late Colin Fry. Nicky writes in many national magazines and is a columnist, resident featured writer in Fate and Fortune, Spirit and Destiny, Haunted magazines, and the Paranormal Chronicles. Nicky has already acknowledged herself as a competent television personality. She was also a resident medium on a hit show, Angels on Sky, Real Lives with Gloria Hummingford, as well as other spiritual and TV documentaries. Girl, and we have you here with us. Let me just sit back for a second.
My previous life, girlfriend, I smashed it. I was up there. Girlfriend.
You're still rocking it, girl. You're still rocking it. Nicky Allen's book, M.E. and I, The Diary of a Psychic, is now out and available and has gone to #1 on Amazon. So yes, this is Nicky Allen's book review show. And without further ado, I would like to say, welcome back, Nicky Allen. The rock star in the house.
I would just like to add on top of that, I don't even believe that's me now when I sit here in my nightie. But guess what I did? I spent months, I'm not joking you, on narrating the book because so many people emailed me from all over the world, from my YouTube channel. I'm so humble to speak to people all over the place. And a lot of them obviously have got things like chronic illness and they can't concentrate or they're too exhausted to read. And I can't read either. I get too exhausted. And I thought, I'm going to get it narrated for people that are blind or people can't read. And so I spent, oh my God, so long reading my book out. And it's quite cathartic, actually. And so I've now got a narrated audio book version.
Yes.
So you can download it on MP3. Just go to my website, nickyalan.co.uk, and under the shop, there it shall be.
I love that.
It and have it in your ear holes. God bless your heart for putting up with my dulcet tones.
So sorry for the doggies.
Don't worry
That's
about
okay.
it.
We've got
Start
lots of
later.
comments coming in, and we
Hey,
have
Judy.
Zoe saying already it's like being at a party, sober. Love it.
And you know I don't drink, girl. I got my Mickey Mouse water right here.
I got my Mickey Mouse here. Look.
Really, girl. We be channeling together.
And Nikki, Helen Williams says my best friend has lupus and is a huge fan of yours, Nikki.
Oh, bless her heart. Lupus is very similar to what we go through as ME and fibro sufferers. So my heart goes out to her. I just hope she's doing everything she can. Obviously, in my book, the biggest thing that transformed my life medically, physically, was low-dose naltrexone. So please get her to go over and research it. It's www.ldnresearchtrust.org.uk. And that gives you everything about LDN. It's an absolute travesty that it is not put on general medicine here in the UK because it's a non-profit drug. So it hasn't gone through the FDA. So you have to either get it ordered in privately. It only costs £20 over here in the UK per month for it to be delivered to your door. So I recommend anybody with lupus, Hashimoto's, any chronic illness, diseases, arthritis, cancer. It also works on Alzheimer's, anything to do with the central nervous system, the musculoskeletal system. It is a wonder drug. It really, really is. Wow. And I just recommend that everybody gives it a go. And we should be giving it. Oh, your daughter has ME, Mia. You know exactly what it's like then, darling. Hence why you know that I'm sitting here. I'm so exhausted and I'm in so much pain. I couldn't even lift my hands to brush my hair or even wash my face or put makeup on. So it doesn't matter though, because I was just saying earlier to the girls, it's about mindset, Mia. And so, yeah, exactly. It's non-profit, Annie. But the thing is that it's basically something that if your mind is in the right place, then you can smash it. For instance, I remember when my cleaner came around the other day, because I can't do housework either. And she came in and I went, oh my God, I'm so excited. She said, why? I said, because I've got a DVD box set today. Well, no, not DVD. I called it that. It's not DVD anymore, is it? I've got a box set day. She went, oh my God, how do you do it? I said, because if I sit here and say, oh my God, I'm knackered, I'm in pain, I can't go out, I can't do anything, I can't go to the beach, I can't walk my dogs, then I will spiral down. And so I have to, as in the book, I have to implement a positive thought strategy, which is, yay, I'm going to be sitting on my arse, eating chocolate and watching something really cool on the box set. And that's how I've got to get through it. Because if the body can't change, no matter how much healing, I've had every healing under the sun. I have no idea why I'm not healed, to be honest with you. Yeah. However, if my body's not going to change at the moment, my mindset always can. And so this is what I'm trying to encourage everybody that comes in contact with me. You have to be positive. You've got to grieve your old life. You've got to adapt to your new and see how you can work your new life. This is me working my new life. Yes. I used to be touring all over Europe. You know, I was with the best and the greatest, most famous mediums. And I was at the top of my tree. Everybody wanted me to do books and do this and that. I was like, I've made it. The thing that everybody aspires to has been acknowledged. So you've got a huge platform to share your knowledge and your gifts and your talents with. And bang, it's taken. And so, you know, you can either grieve it, but what's the point? It's never coming back. Yes. So make the best of what you've got. And look, you know, I'm meeting, look, Deb, you are thousands of miles away. I'm meeting the most beautiful souls. You know, people are reading what I've got to write. And to me, that's magical. Of course, I would rather be out touring and seeing people face to face. Of course, I'd rather be doing my workshops and seminars and being able to do readings for people every day. But I can't. And so rather than grieve that, which I did for a very long time, as you know, Deb, if you've read the book.
I did. Yes. And
you've got to just literally surrender and adapt to your new way of life. And that's the simplest thing. And if you allow yourself to sit and just, you know, rot in the misery that is this condition and other chronic conditions, then you might as well just give up before you even start. And of course, the fact that the higher powers out there have done everything to help me as well, you're never alone.
Yes.
And Nikki, could I ask you a question? Because our debate tonight is, do we choose before we come down? So would you say with your illness, would you have chosen this for you or not?
Hell no!
Hell no!
To you, mate.
High five, girl.
This stupid bloody spirit within me was obviously, I think I've done about 7 incarnations from what I've been told from my soul guide and from my own blending meditation and previous life work. So I'm quite highly ascended, like used to. Otherwise wouldn't be in this bubble now. And so what happens is that the times I've been up there, especially during that 5-year journey of being bedbound, and I used to say, why have you done this? Why have you done this? You chose it. And I'm like, whatever. And there's a few F words thrown in there. I'm not going to lie. And so I said, right. And then when they kept showing me, I'm able to go up to the Akashic halls and see the records and go to the Fountain of Life. So I'd go up there and swish it around and have a look. And basically, the be all and end all, the whole story of our evolution and what happens to us is that the stronger and the higher ascended our souls become in a euphoria, which is heaven, we get bored, right? We get bored. We kick around all the stars and the fairies. We're bored. It's brilliant up here. I'm trying to do this in layman's terms rather than do it in a deep philosophical way. And what happens is that when we then come round to our time to reincarnate, which is normally 3 generations between any lost physical person on the earth that connects with our soul group, we go, oh my God, I just want to go through pain again. I just want to go through what it's like to have that challenge. I never had a baby last time. I want loads of babies this time. And I want to lose 2 to see what it feels like. And we literally gorge on all of these human experiences that we want to go through on the earth plane, because we know that that is a tiny speck of existence compared to our immortal soul. So when we're up there all fluffy and lovely, surrounded by angels and guides, and we're sitting in the guide room and we're talking to our soul group going, what do you want to do? When are you going to come into my life? What do you want to do? And we all come up with this wonderful adventure. And then we come down here, and then we then suddenly get this human emotion, this human response system, a human ego that then tells us that this life is it. You know, this life is all we've got. And so then when we go through these things, if you don't stay connected to the source, that's when you go into crisis and trauma, which is exactly what I did. I've had lots of trauma in my life, because I feel that the more older you get in your soul, the more human challenge you want. Look at some of the women you see and the men you see on the TV that give their lives up, you know, to look after animals, or give their lives up to look after children or whatever. And they haven't got a penny in their pocket. Happiest they've ever been in their life. Or some of them choose, like, their husband dies, their son dies, they've got a disabled child, they're also dying. And you just think, my God, but you know they're ascended souls. So yes, we do choose some of our experiences. And how it's been explained to me by my dad in spirit, my granddad in spirit, my guides, is that we have landmarks. So just imagine being in an office, Metatron's office, the scribe of the souls, who writes all our soul plans up and everything else. And he says, I found this all out because I went up there and found out who he was. Never heard of Metatron in my life till he introduced himself. I thought, made up name. Sounds too sci-fi for me, but he existed, which is incredible. And he basically says, right, what do you want to do? So I said, well, obviously, I want to go down. I want to suffer and then be someone that helps people suffer, go through their suffering. That's what I think I need to be. I want to be established as an ambassador before I do it. And then I want this to happen to me, for me to show how to reawaken your soul, how to change yourself from any previous lives you want to come away from, how to restore yourself from trauma, how to cope with chronic illness, and be an ambassador for that. He goes, okay, that's fine. And then he says, right, what's going to happen is you've got these landmarks, ... along your life plan, okay? And we're also going to introduce people from your soul cluster when you need them. However, we can say to you that you can either go straight to that next landmark, if you go within universe or take the hardest route, right? Or if you muck about, it's going to take Earth time longer for you to get to that next one. There's always a destination point if you leaving the Earth plane anyway. So if you haven't done some of the ticky boxes, you might want to do them on the next incarnation. So basically what he was trying to say is the nodes between your life landmarks, there's free will.
Yes.
Right. So have you ever taken the easier route because you're too scared, or you've had fear, or you don't want to do it, and you think, oh God, no, I can't do that. It is really the easiest way, but it's hard for you because your ego says, oh no, I don't want to do that. And then you just go around and you don't get anywhere. And then you stand, you know, in a year's time, nothing's changed. Right.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you think, I've got to do this. And then you do the hard bit, and then suddenly you get where you're supposed to be, one of these land nodules. If you fly too far off that path, like I did, as again, it's written in Me, Myself and I, then they say, right, do you know what? We're going to have to bring a road accident in now because she's gone so far off on this free will thing, like, you know, with these relationships and not working herself and blah, 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 blah. We need to stop her in her tracks and reawaken her because she's just losing the plot. And so they'll then pull you back. That's what guides are there for. So the guides tell you, we'll be there. We're your lifeline. We'll keep you guided. We'll give you the signs. But if you don't take them, you're going to make it so much harder for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and we do. And
Yeah.
you know, and it's exactly, it really hit me when I was rereading the book, when I was doing the narration, when I was first on the doorstep at my friend's house, homeless, and then again a second time, a year later, it really did bring it home to me. Wow, you really did choose the ego route and not the route you should have taken.
Right.
Which was take the insurance money and rent a place. But because I refused, because I wanted the magical by the sea vibe, I lost everything and was homeless. And so there are points in our life that they say, right, is she at that landmark yet? No, well, we're going to have to change it. And that's when you get the tower moments, I call them, you know, the tower in the tarot, the tower moments where something just happens and you go, whoa, what happened there? And the problem is that people think, like I did as well, that it's a punishment. Oh, why has this happened to me? Why has my husband died? Why has this happened? Why have I lost my job? Why have I got to move? Why am I being evicted? Why haven't I got any money? Why? And it's them saying, well, because you're not bloody listening. So if you had done something 6 months ago, you would have kept your house, or you would have kept your husband, or you would have kept your job. But no. You carried on. So this tower moment is to give you a wake-up call to get you on the right path you should be on.
Yeah.
So rather than see it as a punishment, see it as a gift. See it as an opportunity for you to change your life on the path that you chose up there that you should be on. Does that all make sense? It's so complex, but I try and give it the most simple version that I can. Because, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it is a gift, you know, and this is what I've just done an episode, I can't remember if it's out yet or not, where I've put, you know, nothing is a waste, it's a gift. Yes, I think it's already out on my YouTube channel, because nothing is a waste. You know, what you've learned from it, what happened, whether it's negative, you know, gifts in our life are either negative or positive. Let's face it, right? And so the negative ones, we think we're being picked on, or the universe is against us, or why? Because I'm a light worker. You go for all that, and it's not. It's to say, well, no, this is wrong. It needs to be rectified. This is why this has happened. What have you learned from it?
Yeah. Right, sorry to interrupt you, Nikki, but we've got a lot of interest and lots of people have come in and they just want to say how interesting, wow, good evening, brilliant, lots of people are watching. Helen said, I really need to change my mindset. 2 years ago, I did a low-carb diet, lost 2 stone, then COVID hit, lost my motivation and put the weight back on. I seriously need to get my mojo back. But she was wondering, any tips, Nikki, she said.
Yeah, do you know what? I've had massive issues with my weight. Obviously, I went up to 17 stone when I was bedbound. And then I changed my diet to gluten-free, dairy-free and all the rest of it, and caffeine-free, restricted alcohol, restricted sugar and all that kind of stuff. And I dropped the weight and I was suddenly at a weight that was perfect. And I felt really good about myself. I don't know what size it is over in the US, but I was a size 14. And for me, that's like, yeah, I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
I'm very confident, okay? And so then... I'm going to tell you all my medical stuff. This is just wonderful. But ladies, you'll know about this. You most probably won't, Deb. But and then, you know, menopause hits, and then they give you an HRT thing, and I put 4 stone on in 6 weeks. Wow. And so now, what I want to say to you, Helen, is that I started spiraling because I started looking back at my old YouTube videos, going, look how slim my face was. Oh my God, look how good my skin was. And then I started saying, look how fat you look now. Look at your double chin. Look at that. And I started to get into a self-critical regime of saying, it's not good because you put this weight on. Okay. At the end of the day, you know, it's happened. Yeah. Right. Even if you did sit and pig out, who gives a shit, really? So, oh my God, excuse my French. cares?
That's fine.
Right?
We're not on the radio,
Who
Nikki.
cares?
We're on YouTube, girl.
Now,
Helen,
Deborah, I
what
need
wanna
to
say
ask you
is-
lots of questions. Yes.
I got lots of questions,
very
girl.
quickly, Helen. I know, very quickly, Helen. What I want to say to you is, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow's a new day, okay? And then you just be kind to yourself and say, okay, it's happened, let's move on. You know, and it shouldn't be a diet that you feel like you're under a massive regime, you know? I just basically have gone back to a caveman diet, but then if I want to go out and eat loads and have a glass of wine, I will. Don't make it your be all and end all, and don't beat yourself up. Just be positive and say, I still love myself. Yeah, it's a bit overweight, but hey ho, and I work towards that. But if I don't lose it in a week or a month, who cares?
Yes.
Oh,
Don't
thank
make
you,
it be all
Nikki.
and
Helen
end all.
said, Helen said she's very
I know
critical
she
of
is.
herself.
That's why I just explained all of that, because it gives
Thank
you
you.
that, because you've got this subconscious feeling of self-destruct. And if you've had trauma in your past and then suddenly everything's okay, you have to find another way to beat yourself up, because that's all you know. And so, oh, I'm rubbish. Oh my God, I've started eating again. I've put loads of weight on. So I was blaming my hormones because I put 4 stone on.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's typically me. I've mucked up, but I haven't helped myself, have I? Because I can't exercise. And you can start spiraling down. Let it go. It doesn't matter. Yeah, go and buy some bigger clothes and then take your time. And when you're ready, stop watching what you eat again. Do a bit of exercise. I can't exercise. So
Yeah.
who cares? Where I was going, oh my God, I can't exercise. No, I'm like, it's okay. That's cool. I'll just lose it when I need to. Squash that inner critic. Hello, Lorraine. Oh my God, Lorraine is an RTT therapist. She's incredible. I don't know if you've
hello, Lorraine. Thank you.
one of my close friends, and she is magic, and she's just smashing it to do with all of this. Squash that inner critic. Absolutely right, sweetheart. Love you, Dods.
Now, Nikki, what inspired you to write Me, Myself, and I in the Diary of a Psychic?
Nothing inspired me.
Well, that is the truth, girl. So you're being honest here.
No, I've always done a soul journal, and for all of my students that I've taught over the 30 years I've been doing it, right, I say to them, where's your soul journal? And I would see my students come into my workshops going, and I go, you haven't got your soul journal, have you? Basically, a soul journal is like a soul Bible. I've got hundreds of bloody volumes of it, and basically I got it from therapy when I was having therapy, getting over all of the abuse that I had as a child, teenager, and basically I think I thought it was healthy. So when I was ill, really badly ill, when I could actually see properly and pick up a pen and formulate thought processes and write, I would write in my soul journal to just try and as some sort of anchor of sanity. I was trying to compartmentalize all of this that was going on in my head into written form. And then what I did is then when I started to recover, I then started putting them on a blog on my website, and so many people, God bless you, beautiful Facebook people, so many people have stayed with me through the journey, said, my God, this is amazing. You should make this into a book.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, I don't think so. The angels kept saying, I kept getting this booming voice saying, right. And I'm like, whatever. And I wouldn't. But then I thought, oh, do you know what? Would it hurt? Because I really wanted the one thing that is a problem with chronic illness, because you look well and you can move and you're not in a wheelchair and you haven't got any legs missing, people think you're fine. You're not. Yes. It's an invisible illness. So I wanted to send my message out there. I get it. I've got you. Right, because nobody got it and nobody had me when I was going through it. Exactly. So I thought, sod it, I'm going to see if I can send it out there. And within a week, because first of all, I didn't have any columns. And I went, oh yeah, so if I'm going to write this book, I haven't got any columns. Nobody even cares who I am anymore. I've got 2 columns within a couple of weeks in a magazine, which is unheard of because you have to be in the loop. And then I just thought I'll put it out there. A week later, I got to deal with a publisher. Couldn't believe it. And then the process has just gone from there, and I've just finished book 2 now, and I'm just waiting to edit it, but I'm going to self-publish that one this time. But the magic of it is it's not a money earner at all. Never thought it would be, and that was never the incense for it. That was never the reason for me to do it. But my God, the emails, like I cry in every day with happiness and humbleness because of the people that have read the book then say to me how it's changed their life, or you know, all the tips I give at the end, they say, oh, now I live by that now. And I just feel like I've got a friend now who understands where I am, because none of my family do. My husband doesn't understand me, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And it's just been a gift. I never for a million years thought I'd be an author, ever. And so there wasn't any inspiration. It was really people and synchronicity that pushed me into it.
Yes. So I think you kind of answered my second question was, what does me, myself, and I mean to you?
It means that I literally, I got the title when I was sitting on the beach when I just managed to move. And the reason why I came up with it was, obviously the Emmy is a play on the me, myself, and I. I have never, ever in my life spoken to my inner child and myself and said, how are you, darling? I've just put myself through hell because I was in an abusive environment for 8 years in my adolescence after my dad died and my mum married an animal. It was in my head that I didn't deserve anything. I was useless. I was pathetic. I was ugly. I was fat. I was whatever the abuser wanted to tell me. So you get imprinted with that during your impressionable years. Yes. And then obviously I was abandoned by my mum. And so then I got abandonment issues. So I'd always wanted to be a police officer. And so then I thought, well, I can't be weak. I can't show how broken I am because I'm a bloody police officer. So and I want to be a detective. That's all I ever wanted to do was be a murder detective. And so I thought, well, I can't show I'm broken. And so this, I refer to it as an armor in my book. I refer it to an armor that basically says that you can't come past this. So I use my extrovertness. I used my brashness. I was a very mouthy person, still am to a certain extent. And I didn't let anybody pass that armor. That armor was, I am brilliant. I'm strong. I'm funny. Look at me. I'm laughing. And so I had this. And then when the accident happened and when I was put into my bed, that armor broke away. I had no material things to worry about. I'd been homeless. I had no money. I had nothing, no partner. I'd had money stolen from me. Everything was gone. And I was left with just me. And it was the worst possible thing I could have imagined, having to sit with me, who I absolutely hated with a passion. Hated myself with a passion. And don't get me wrong, it didn't mean I was fake as a medium, but all my love and my empathy, my compassion went to other people, not on me. So I was left literally with me, myself, and I, meaning every facet of my body, my mind, my soul, I was faced with to deal with. And it was pleasant to begin with. It was hell. I hated myself and just wanted to commit suicide. I hated everything, and I felt I deserved to be ill. I felt it was a punishment because I was such a failure of a human. And so I would recommend anybody at all to sit with themselves as much as possible and say, how are you? Because when the answer comes back, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm weak, I'm scared, I'm still suffering, even if it's from something from 20 years ago. Okay, let's deal with that. Because too many people lock it away. And that is why I think we've come into such a massive arena at the moment, light workers, because the lockdown forced people to start looking at their lives, their situations, and they didn't like it one little bit. So we have all these people, suddenly there's a massive surge of people going on antidepressants. That's not the right way forward. Look at why you're depressed and see what the core is, rather than trying to salve it with medication. Of course, some people need medication, but people couldn't stand being with themselves because the material world distracts you from your real being. That's why spiritual people meditate and check in with themselves. And I never did that before. How you doing? What's right? What's wrong? I've also now got the courage to not people please. If this video, this was 15 years ago, believe me now, I would be made up. I would have had my hair done by a hairdresser. I'd have my best clothes on. I'd set up a proper setting, get proper backliners, and I'd be, oh my God, I'm Nicky Alan, look, I'm here. Now, I've got no knickers on, sitting in my nightie, with no makeup on, saying, this is me. I'm hurted today. I'm knackered today. I'm exhausted. But because I have a passion for talking about my journey and I have a passion for meeting and speaking with like-minded people, I'll sit here and give you what I can. And that is my time and my experience and my knowledge.
What an honor.
It would have been an honor.
But Nicky, I was going to say to you, normally you're the bedroom guru, so I was half expecting you in bed this evening.
I only changed the setting I only changed the setting because I was sitting there and I've just finished an email reading. I thought, oh my God, I thought if I go into bed, I'm going to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And so I just moved across and then I put it on there. I thought, oh no, should I go to bed or not? And then the angel's right next to me. Look, my beautiful angel and all my celestite and my blue agate. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cute. I'll stay here. I won't even walk to the bedroom.
Well, I'm glad you made it for us today, and you look amazing in your Mickey Mouse pajamas. I would have never known it was a Mickey Mouse pajama. I would have just thought it was a Mickey Mouse shirt. You look amazing, and the knowledge that you're sharing with us is just I'm just like, wow. I'm just taking it all in, girl. Taking it all in. It's awesome that you're sharing yourself with us today. So thank you.
No,
How would you explain, ME, the chronic fatigue to others? How would you explain that so that someone could understand what that felt like for you through your experiences?
Okay, if you just imagine everybody, if you thought, God, I've got to go up and work a full day. Okay, so you work a full day and then someone says, oh, you're going to come out to dinner tonight. You think, oh, I'm a bit tired, but I'm going to go. And then you think, oh, no, I better get in the gym first so I can have something to eat. So you do a full workout at the gym. You've worked all day. You're then going out for dinner. And then someone says, let's go out dancing till 3 a.m. And then you have to get up for work at 5 a.m, right? That feeling when you suddenly get up and you're like, oh my God, I drank too much. Oh my God, I ate too much. Oh, my muscles are killing me from the gym workout. Oh my God, I'm so tired. I haven't had any sleep. My body feels like a leaden weight. If you times that by about 1,000, then you'll understand what exhaustion is like with ME. And, you know, I even had it a few days ago. I was really upset by someone that said to me, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not disabled. You're walking around. There's nothing wrong with you at all. I'm like, oh, hell no. Don't you even go there. So I just kept my mouth shut and I just looked at my phone and I texted and I disengaged because otherwise the rage would have just spoilt the whole day.
Gosh,
and it makes me sick that people think they can judge you. So they think you're just a bit tired.
Yes.
My mum was the same. And this is the biggest problem that everybody has.
Thank you.
Your friends and your family are your worst enemies.
Yes,
when you've got this condition, unless you educate them. And again, it's highlighted in me, myself and I. You have to start owning your truth, right? Because I did earlier on, people please. You see in my book, I had a show in Norfolk and it was a good 3-hour drive. I was rocking in the back seat, crying like a baby, agonising pain.
In pain.
So what did I do? I drank Red Bull and threw down tramadols and codeine and God knows what, just to sit on a settee. And I laughed about it to this audience. Oh, I'm on a settee, huh? And I'm like, when I read it now, I'm like, what were you thinking? People pleasing. Oh, I'm fine, really. No, I'm not fine, actually. And you need to listen to this. You know, the people around you. And I've lost so many friends because, oh, should we go for lunch next week? Yeah, I'd love to. And I say, but now I say, I used to force myself to go for lunch and then think, well, I can sleep for 4 days after, I'll be fine. And I'll go, I don't know. I have to let you know on the day because you never know. It's a lottery when you wake up. You never know what symptoms you're going to have. You never know if you've got energy. You never know if you're in pain. So you can't make plans. And that was one of the biggest problems I had to get my head around because you're always letting people down. And in my psyche, I don't like letting people down. But now I say, well, I don't know. So the friends that have gone, that have lost patience with it, I go, yeah, that's fine. Off you go then, because you obviously, I don't even deserve to be in your energy. Because if you're not going to listen to what I've got wrong with me or what my problem is, that's fine. Whereas my friends now, they'll just pop round for a cuppa. They won't say, should we go here? Should we go there? They'll wait for me to say, I feel okay. Do you fancy going to the beach?
That's right.
You know, and so
those are friends.
It's about owning your truth and not people pleasing and not forcing yourself to do it for other people. And the amount of emails I get from people when it's their spouses, their wives and their husbands saying, God, have you done the housework today? God, you don't sleep a lot. Why don't you get up and move on? Why don't you go to the gym? Once you get going, you'll be fine. And all of this, I did it with my mum. And what I do now is I disengaged the other day because it wasn't the right environment to take on this woman. But other people, I say, go and research ME, go and look at the symptoms, and when you know what you're talking about, then come back to me. Apart from that, let's end this conversation now with all due respect. Thank you very much. And I do that. You know, I've had it before where I've hobbled from the shop because I've got a blue badge, right? Because Sometimes I can walk. I'm still in agony. I'm still exhausted. Other times I can't. So I never use it if I can hobble. But this day, the pain was excruciating. And someone said to me, where did you nick that blue badge off? You can walk. You're disgusting, you are. How dare you think? And blah, blah. I'm like, oh my, I was so upset.
Yeah.
But now, if it happens now, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay, you don't know anything about disabilities. Off you go. And so it's the attitude of others plus society. You know, if you say I've got diabetes, I've got lupus, I've got cancer, I've got asthma, I've got Asperger's, they go, oh, yeah, we know that title. Oh, dear.
Yes.
So you've got ME or fibro. They go, oh, right, okay, one of the lazy malingerers.
Yeah.
And even when, you know, I went through the claim with the courts again in the book for the person that hit me in the road accident, even a, oh, my God, bit of brain fog. What's the doctors, Harley Street doctor, even wrote that I was a malingerer. A Harley Street pain specialist wrote that I was a malingerer and there was no reason for me to be in so much pain and exhaustion, and that I was obviously a hypochondriac. That was my defence team.
Wow.
And that doctor said that. Said that. He basically said, there's nothing wrong with you. Just get a job and get back to what you're doing. Get over it. Graded exercise therapy, which is now obviously, it's just been withdrawn under the NICE guidelines, the National Institute of Clinical Excellence, because graded exercise therapy was something that they told us we should do. 5 minutes and work up to 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's been eradicated, and it's been basically said that it's the worst advice you could ever be given. So anybody that's going to draconian GPs or specialists that say to you, do graded exercise therapy, say you need to go and get yourself updated, mate, because that absolutely kills us. Yeah. You exercise gently and you do what you can when you can. For instance, yesterday I was driven to the beach and it was red hot. The sea was calm. So I just walked in and I just floated. I didn't move, but the sense of floating and being able to gently move my limbs was amazing. It killed me today. Hey ho, I tried to do a bit of exercise to get myself moving. Yeah. So that is basically, I always do long answers. It's easy when you ask me questions because I don't include England, Wales, California, and France.
Yeah.
But
Helen's, sorry, Nicky, Helen says you really do find out who your real friends are in these types of circumstances. Yes. I end up counselling because of anxiety.
Yes. But do you know those ones? Yes. Bin them. That's what I did. I had a massive culling of people. If they got the or they went, oh, well, I thought you were coming, or oh, I thought we were coming there. And I go, oh my God, do you know what? Just get out of my energy. Get rid of them. You don't need them in your life. It's quality over quantity. So I don't care if I've only got one friend. I don't need to be put under pressure and judged for what my condition is. Yes. And so the people that do that, I so distance myself. And if they have to be in my life, if they're family members that I have to endure, then I just distance away from it and I just don't even engage. Yeah. And I never would have done that. It helps you to establish your boundaries. Yes. Without a doubt, it helps you to do that. And the other thing with the exhaustion is it isn't just physical exhaustion, it's mental exhaustion. Yes, thank you. So for instance, if someone said to me on a really bad day, right, because this is like semi-bad, on a really bad day, if someone said to me, oh, you got to phone the doctors, I'll be like, no, I can't even compute. No, I can't do it. There's something that happens mentally that exhausts you so much that even to think of picking the phone up and engaging in a conversation, having to listen to that voice and then react to it is too much. Yeah. So you're also mentally exhausted. Yes. Where I just literally sleep or just sit and watch really easy films, or I listen to angel music or meditation music, and I just literally am catatonic. Yeah. You know, I don't get it as much because the LDN has certainly helped that magnificently, because obviously I write a lot more now and I can talk to you. But on bad days, people know if I don't pick the phone up, I'm on a bad day. The people that then say, I've been phoning you, I've left loads of messages, they're the ones that I go, delete. Yeah. Because all my friends know that if I don't pick the phone up, it's not because I don't care. It's not because I can't be asked. It's because I'm so physically exhausted, I can't do it, or I'm asleep anyway. Yeah. It's about owning your energy, owning your condition. Yeah.
And I love that you brought in the angels and the peace. So it's really just about really letting go of what's giving the chaos and feeding that extra, tension in your spirit, right? It's like just sitting there and just keeping it simple and keeping it light for you, because this is a journey that you're doing for you, within you. They're not in you, they're not you, they don't know what you're feeling. And the way you expressed it to everyone, my heart goes out to you. It's not easy to
God
lose.
Bless you. I know you've been through a similar journey.
I have, and yeah. So when I hear you talk, it resonates 100%. I have friends that are my friends from 20 years that know Debbie's having a hard day. She's gonna come and okay, girl, what you doing? Let's meet up for some coffee. All right, let's go. And if it's around the corner, they know they can just meet me around the corner. So and those that couldn't go through the denser times, the harder times, they're not here, but it made my life a little bit more easier. Still saddened, we still get sad and we still grieve things as we're going through those changes. Who are we now when we're going through those shifts? So we definitely talked earlier. For those who are listening, Miss Nikki and I have fibro, and there was a period of time where I was in bed for 2 years. I couldn't walk. And as you were speaking, the spirit gave me a memory of the kids just clapping that I made it to the sand. I live up the street from the beach, and my favorite thing to do is to go into the ocean, and the kids are all out there playing volleyball, and I cannot walk and make it to the ocean. My goal is to get into the water, and the kids were just cheering me on. Yeah, Mom, yeah, and I was like, you guys are. So it's just the little things that we have to take in, and just that love and embrace who we are now. And I did very similar things as you did. I put the angel music on. I kept it cool. I hired a housekeeper. I would hire the kids to come redo the things. So I can relate 100% to the things that you're saying and the things that we go through to try to find the answers. And with that being said, this is my next question. We struggle trying to find the answers. I'm with you on that, girl. I've struggled, and it's like, what's wrong with me? Is this spiritual, right? We go through that. Is this spiritually happening to me? And then it's like, how did this possibly physically happen to me? And the celebration, you got a diagnosis. How did that moment make you feel? And as you answer that, I'm going to step away for a second so that you can.
I felt. No, that's absolutely fine. How many? What's Mia saying? Thank you so much, ladies, for speaking on Emmy and Fibro Day. Such a great positive role model for my daughter to see. For her to hear you speaking on this and seeing you ladies is brilliant for my daughter. What is your daughter's name, Mia? And how old is she? She feels young, quite young. She seems too young.
Yes, she did send a message in as well, Nikki. Hello, Paula and ladies. Such a wonderful show tonight. But she didn't say about that. She just said any message for her.
The message for your daughter is, I keep saying a D. I don't know what it is. It's not
I'll ask her, Nikki.
The thing is that what you've got to do. I feel she's younger, your daughter.
Yes.
Mia. I don't think she's out my age. The thing is that, as I said earlier, you need to find things that you are naturally good at. Okay. The first thing is, we've spoken about the mental conditions. We've spoken about the physical conditions. Let's speak about the spiritual. I now live in like a double world.
Nikki, sorry, she is 10 years old, and her name starts with a D.
Danielle or I can see D with a heart around it. So her name does start with a D. I thought she's only 10. Jesus Christ. I thought she was about 15. I didn't realise she was 10. Right, okay. So you can work this as well, this part of it, Mia, is that I live in a dual world at the moment, and which I never did before, right? Whereas I literally walk with being conscious of the angels and spirit world by my side 24/7. Right, so I don't know if any of you know that my dog, I thought I was losing Mia, my fur baby, which was so important to me because they kept me going during the time I was ill. And I thought I was losing her a few weeks ago. And then you sit and you just connect with the angels and say, Raphael, are you healing? Yes, I'm healing. Yes, that's gone. Yes, this is done. And now there's nothing wrong with her. And you literally embrace the angels. I spoke to my dad. He told me, he visited me in a dream and told me what was wrong with her. And Paula, I didn't even ask, and you sent the most magnificent scan of her, which was completely right, everything you said. So you just literally naturally embrace and attract people to help you in the universe, as well as connect with this higher power. Now, I know she's not going to do that at 10. So, Mia, you need to kind of start invoking. Watch my channel. I give you so much advice on all of this on YouTube. where you invoke Raphael in, you invoke Chamuel in, so she's got this self-love going, and you invoke Jophael in, who can give her motivation, innovation, and what she can do. She needs to find things that she can do that doesn't involve moving.
Yes.
So that's what I've done. I do these. I do Zoom evenings of mediumship when I can. I write, and it's perfect for me. I have my angel music in the background, and I write and I share, and that's what my physical body can put up with on a good day. So you need to find things that Mia enjoys doing that is going to stimulate her mind and make her feel like she's worthwhile and that she's doing something constructive and worthwhile. Because one of the things we do is we get a lack of control and a lack of importance in the world, because we feel like we're rotting away and nobody really cares where we are and what we do. So you need to find things, you know, I even do online jigsaw puzzles of dive scenes, because I'm a scuba diver. I can't dive. So I look at them and think, oh yeah, I love that fish. I remember seeing that in the reef when I was in the Caribbean. Okay, so she needs to find things to stimulate her mind. Please encourage her to write in a soul journal. Encourage her to write stories. Whatever her beliefs and her, you know, fairies or whatever it is she loves, encourage it. Bring her into the room. Have nothing but positive photographs. Perhaps, you know, really good days you've been out. Get those printed out. Put them on the wall. Remind her that she has got a quality in her life. Make sure she's got her favourite colours. Make sure she's got the most expensive, if you like, or the best bedding. A V pillow is vital to support her arms, because again, just even holding your arms up, I'm aware that I forgot my V pillow now, because my shoulders are feeling the stress of me not having my arms supported. You know, get her really cool cushions, favorite colors, get prints on them, unicorns, whatever it is that you can put under her legs. And you know, just try and create a haven in a bedroom of positivity, because I do that, and I've made sure in all of my rooms, and again I see it as a blessing, this condition. I make sure that I'm looking at a unicorn now. I make sure that there's a seahorse, and there's my dive photograph and pictures of my babies and my niece and nephews. I make sure I have visually positive things in every single room, so that when I can feel that little spiral happening, I think, oh, unicorn. Oh my God, I love unicorns. Oh, my niece loves unicorns. I'm going to message her. Let's talk to her. You find ways to try and get yourself away from that spiral, because that first thought, if you allow that to lead to an emotion, that will then set a behaviour, and that will set you up for the rest of the day. So you've got to nip that thought in the bud and keep positivity around you. That's a message for everybody, not just Mia's daughter. You're very welcome, Mia. My heart goes out to you. And fight like hell. See if LDN will help her at her age. See if she can have it. I'm sure she can. Because otherwise she's going to be filled with analgesics and God knows what, gabapentin. She'll be given antidepressants for nerve pain. She'll be filled up so high, she'll be like a walking pharmacy. So you really should investigate LDN and see if she can have it at her age. I think she can. I'm sure I've asked on someone else's behalf before, and try get her on that. Again, don't force her to have exercise. Don't make her feel guilty if she can't do things. And nothing, if you can get her mindset in a positive vibration, owning this, you're halfway through the battle, darling. And my heart goes out to you. And it is a growing pandemic. I say it in the book. There are millions of people that suffer with this. There are millions that I know are undiagnosed because they can't be bothered to go through it. It takes a year at least to get diagnosed. And then you're just, there's nothing wrong with you, so we'll give you the umbrella of ME and fibro. Off you pop. There's loads of tablets. Do graded exercise therapy and get out of our system because we can't be asked. That's what they're doing. And so that is why, I don't know what's happening over there, Deb, over in the US, but here, you know, we've got MPs now literally soldiering on our behalf. They're going into members of parliament now saying we need a voice. We need, special facilities. We need to be acknowledged by doctors. And even in my book, you know, I say about the even a GP said to me, "Oh, pull yourself together. You got here, didn't you?" I was sitting there in my Ugg boots and pajamas, stinking of wee, right? Like shaking, saying, "I'm going to kill myself. I can't do this." "Oh, pull yourself together. It's not as if you're disabled. It's not as if you've got a broken arm. Just pull yourself together and go back to work." That was my GP.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong. ME doesn't exist. Fibromyalgia doesn't exist. It's just you and your mindset. If you think yourself well, you'll get well. Oh my! Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm just going to change my lighting. It's getting very dark in the caravan.
Oh, no,
Just
it's looking lovely, darling. It's looking very romantic.
can you still see me? Can you still see
So
me?
romantic. I love that. Just Paula, we're good. You look amazing, but how do you feel with it? It doesn't show.
Good.
I so love your hair, Paula. You're so sexy.
Oh,
You're
thank
right,
you.
little minx now. Love it. Mia, I'm
But
really glad.
thank you so much. We've had so many people come on, and Mia, she said, "Thank you."
I'll try and shorten the answers.
Yeah.
No,
So did you get to answer?
look into LDN. She'll look into LDN.
Please do. Barbara should do that.
Yeah,
Please
she will.
do.
And so many people, and people are coming in on the radio as well, saying it's a fabulous show, and it's really interesting, and you're amazing, and you know it's really, really helpful. So thank you. Over to you, Deborah.
You know, I had a little internet issue, so I apologize. But I know that we kind of went into like the struggle is real, right? The struggle is real. Everything that you said right now, the things that you had to go through, the loops, and it's like we kind of sit there. What is wrong with me? We're intuitive. What is wrong with me? What is happening? We're going within, and we're going into our thoughts, and it's like, is it spiritual? How did this possibly happen to me physically? Right?
Yeah.
When you finally got your diagnosis, what did you do? How did you celebrate? What was your celebration moment for you?
It wasn't really celebration because I was really severely ill at the time. My partner had just stolen £65,000 from me and disappeared. And I was potentially looking at losing my home that I'd worked for and my home in Devon as well. So to me, there was an initial surge of, oh my God, I've been labelled. I know how to fight this now.
So
I thought, I felt empowered.
Yes, empowered.
When I went home, I thought, right, I'm going to smash this one.
Yes.
There's nothing.
Yes.
Absolutely nothing out there apart from eat leafy greens and do this and do that. So the diet thing for me, I'm telling anybody now, and especially for you, Mia, as well, and any other sufferers here, I'm telling you now that I put that off for must have been about 5 years, refusing to change my diet because I thought I've had enough. It is. I don't want to stop eating chocolate. You can eat chocolate. But basically, I ended up going sugar-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, alcohol-free. I couldn't stand alcohol. It's disgusting. Caffeine, saturated fat, and I cut it all out with the help of my brother, who's a health intuitive and a medium, and he kept bloody nagging me. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And so, my God, I felt magnificent. So that was more a celebratory thing because I felt I'd controlled some part of my illness. Because, you know, you feel, is it a spiritual element? Am I doing it myself? But I've been through every healing possible. And the weird thing is, it's like with Mia, I knew that she had growths on her adrenal glands and I've healed them. I can see them and I know they're gone now. Me and Raphael and Ariel worked on it and it's done. I think, why can't I do it on myself?
Yes.
And so now, rather than keep saying why, I do it every day, my self-help routine, my self-healing. I get the selenite wand out. I go through my chakra system and try and do, but it's not working. But you know what? This is. And so all I've got to do is accept that for some godforsaken reason, I can't heal myself. But I don't think people want to hear that. I remember, and I don't know about you, Deb, I remember you want to become an expert on what you've been labelled with, don't you, right?
I did.
I went and got every book going. Most of them, I didn't even know what the hell they're talking about. A lot of them were talking about mould and environmental issues and using words I've never heard of, and they really bored me. The other ones were, I had ME and now I'm fine. And I thought, well, that doesn't help me either. Oh, you missed that. It's that hand because it's opposite. That doesn't help me either. I've got the cure for ME. No, you haven't. I've got the cure for this. I've got the cure for that. No, you haven't. And those people, I had this and now I'm well. I don't want to hear from them. I want to hear from the people that understand it and can help me manage it.
That's the key.
And he says, is it a lifetime condition though? That's the question from
I
Annie.
honestly think it is. know, I'm not being funny. I've got the advantage of angel healing. I've got the advantage of self healing. I've got the advantage that nearly everybody I know that I've had psychic healing, and oh my God, it's not worth going through it. I've had every possible thing. I've gone and I spent gone hundreds of miles to visit people that are holistic and natural remedy people and drink this and adrenal fatigue specialists and the Chrysalis Project. You go for all this stuff and spend thousands of pounds, and I am better because of the LDN. I am better because of the LDN, because that was the most significant change. That I was bedbound and suddenly I wasn't, and I could walk because I was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And that completely changed my life, the LDN. Most people gave me about 60% recovery, but some people do get 100%. So I would never condition my mind and my energy to say I have this for a lifetime, because I'm telling the universe I want it for a lifetime. However, generally from the humanistic point of view, it looks like there's no cure and you've got to manage it. So that's why I think I'm here to say to people, this is how you manage it spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally.
That's the key.
That's why I think I'm here. And if I've got it for the rest of my life, so be it. You know, I've had a brilliant life. I did more than anybody could possibly imagine in my life, especially as in my career, as well as traveling. So if this is now me, I'm happy with that. You know, I'm happy with that. Obviously, I want to be diving and traveling and doing my workshops and seminars and doing the television stuff again and doing all that. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because, as I said earlier, in the present, I couldn't be more humbled to be sitting with beautiful people, people listening to what I've got to say, people reading my words. I'm done. I'm happy, you know?
Yes.
And the thing is what you also find, I don't know if you did this as Deb as well, is that when you have been through the worst crisis of your life, right, this is pretty much close. The next one's got to be death. That's it, because this is just living. You know, this is the biggest crisis you're ever going to go through if you're given this sort of or terminal illness, chronic illness, whatever, right? And you start enjoying the most simplest things in life. So I was sitting in the harbour yesterday, and I was really, really naughty, because I can now and then have gluten. I introduce it only now and then if there's nothing else, and I really didn't want fish and chips. I didn't want anything fatty, and then the only other thing was this like gluten-free pasty thing, and so I thought I'll have that. It was very naughty because it's quite fattening, but who cares? And then I was just literally picking off little flakes, and about 50 starlings come down and were pecking away, and that, to me, that was my day. I just sat there watching them with their beautiful green, bluey wings and all their speckly breasts, and then the way they talked to each other and watched their hierarchy and how they interacted. And I was sitting in the harbour listening to the sea. I'd just been floating in it, and I thought, oh my God, I couldn't have a better day if I tried. Your gratitude just basically explodes through your ego. Whereas other people are only happy if I have a Gucci handbag, only happy if I go to Marbella, I'm only happy if I have a big house, only happy if I get that new car, I'm only happy if I've got a best boyfriend on my arm, I'm only happy if... No, be happy. Everything else is a bonus. And I find, even if I sit here and I see a butterfly go past, I think, oh my God, that's beautiful. Or I sit here watching Teddy's looking out the window now, and I'm like, oh, bless him, I'm so lucky to have such a beautiful boy that looks out for me. You know, and you find your gratitude goes beyond anything you could possibly imagine. You lose the ego.
I think too.
I'm not going to say, sorry, Deborah. Alison has said she missed part of the show. What could you explain, Nikki? What is LDN?
LDN is low dose naltrexone. It's an opiate-based drug that is a smaller version of what was used for HIV patients that enabled them to live. Do you remember back in the 90s? Suddenly they had this drug and you could live. This is it, basically. But it's a smaller version. A bit larger version, it's used for addiction because it's an opiate-based drug. The person who's created it, the professor, his wife had MS. And he thought, hang on a minute, if I give her a really low dose, I wonder if this will help, because it's autoimmune, musculoskeletal. And what it does is it basically restarts your brain serotonin levels every day. So that you get a reboot of pain relief and happiness, energy every day. And it cures and helps things. Some people, as I say, have got 100% cure rate. But the problem is, as we explained earlier, it doesn't want it to be profit, wouldn't sell it to pharmaceutical companies, so it's known as a red label drug because it didn't go through the FDA. That doesn't mean a thing, because it is a cure-all, and he knows if he sells it to pharmaceutical companies, it will be like £300, £500, $1,000 over in the US for a month's supply. He knew that. That's why he didn't sell it. So you can. Some GPs do prescribe it. Mine in Gampton did. As soon as I moved, the other doctor said, "Oh no, we don't touch that." And I'm like, "Well, you're really stupid," but then they're not, because it's a non-profit drug. They want to make money stuffing you with gabapentin and Prozac and you know amitriptyline and all the other crap they give you with ME. And I'm off all of it. I literally I was on 38 tablets minimum a day. And within a week, I'd got off all of them apart from one that I got stuck on, which was duloxetine, an antidepressant they give you for nerve pain. And that's disgusting because over in America, there's lawsuits galore for people that can't get off it. So it's taken me 4 attempts, and I'm now on my 5th attempt, and so far it's taken me 6 months to just halve the dose. That's how dangerous it is. And yet they won't give you LDN. It's got no side effects. You don't have to wean off it. You can stop it as soon as you want, and you literally, I love it. I think it's an amazing. Have a look on forums, guys. There's an LDN forum, or go to the website, and you'll get all the information there. And as I say, the worst case scenario for UK residents, you get it compounded at Glasgow, which is where it comes from. Go figure. You know, it's right here in our country, or in Scotland, and we can't have it. But basically, it gets couriered to your door in liquid form, and you work your way up from 0.5 milligrams to what they call your happy spot. It's like my sister's on it, and my brother. And my sister has got really severe Crohn's and arthritis, and it's completely changed her life. And she's up to 4 milligrams. I can only go up to 2.6. So you basically take what your body tells you to do. Because another thing is that the more that you listen to your body, the more intuitive you come. And so, for instance, I think I want to have loads of bergamot. So I then start drinking Earl Grey tea, and I think that's why I want that. And you start listening to your body and knowing what it wants. Knowing when to stop, knowing when to go, knowing what to eat, knowing not what to eat. Never done that before in my life either, because I felt I didn't deserve to look after my body.
Yeah, you really become in tune with yourself.
Massively.
And I think 100%, me, myself, and I, you become in tune to yourself physically. Look at you're working through your chakra system every day. You're using your selenite stick to clear the energy field. It really takes you to a place of making sure you're a clean vessel and making sure that and self-love. Self-care and
self-love and self-care are the key to absolutely everything that goes wrong on this planet. Without it, you've got nothing. And I never had it until now, and I love myself. I literally, it's not that I don't care how I look to people, but this is the real me, and it's so much of a relief to be real in respect of who you are as a person. I've always been real. As I say, I wasn't, I was medium, and I did everything completely wholeheartedly, but it wasn't for me. And so now, to know that I love myself, I know that I can then show that love and give that love out to everybody else without it taking.
You can tell that, Nikki. I can tell. We've talked before, but I can really tell, like, you're shining in some respects of that. You love yourself.
I'm quite glowy, actually, aren't I?
You are.
Yes, girl, you are glowing. That angel behind is rocking with you.
You're beautiful.
Yeah, you are
glowing. That you love yourself.
Yeah,
and I put here, Benny's seen rheumatologist. Just put everything down to 08, and don't think that it's all my pain ties is down. Rheumatologists don't even listen to me, darling. I did the whole lot. I did all the neuroscience people, rheumatologists, and all the rest of it. They're all going by their little ticky boxes, right? Don't listen to them. I went through the pain clinic. It's all rubbish, okay? Listen to what you feel you need. So, I've in my book, again, I list all of the supplements that help us. I research them. Or I just fell into meeting people, as the universe did, who said, have you tried this? No. Oh, that works. Magnesium, zinc, Epsom salt baths, sea salt water, using sea salt, and, not having proper grain sugar. Just have coconut sugar if you need sugar. Just tiny little ways to reduce inflammation, okay? At the end of the day, all you're going to be searching for, right, unless you're going for something like PIP, personal independence plan, or you're going for benefits, if you just want the label of the ME fibro, don't go with a rheumatologist. It's not even worth it. They are all, I don't know what it is. You almost see them go, oh, when you go in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't believe in it. They won't have it. It's disgusting. And this is what we're trying to fight for in the Parliament at the moment, to get our voices heard and to have this acknowledged as a real, very dangerous, people die from it, very dangerous, very, very severe chronic illness. But because it isn't out there with all the other big names, we are left. We are left. And every person that I know that's got ME and fibromyalgia have had to fight to prove that they're ill in tribunals to get benefits if they've lost their jobs because they can't work. Every single one of them, because it's such a draconian, the disability thing, how you get disability. Can you walk? Yeah. Oh, you're not going to get it then? Well, no, I can walk, but I'll have 3 days in bed, or I'm in such pain that I then have to recover for an hour. No, it doesn't matter. Can you walk? That's not right. It should be, can you walk without any pain or exhaustion? No. Okay, then that's part of your disability. You know, it's just so unfair how people are treated here.
I've been
They
lucky.
lose jobs, homes, relationships, and there's no support.
Yeah, you do. And I think that's what makes you humble because of where you are now. Because you no longer, like you said, it's gone. You lose it all. You know, when you're in that place of, okay, job's done. Okay, property, like you said, you lost the property. Your husband was also affected. So for those who read the book, you're going to hear her life story of what she went through and how not only were you homeless once, but twice. You know, you found yourself in a position where you even had finally got the angels to say, you're finally home on a cemetery. You found a home on the cemetery.
That was so, could you believe that?
So, you know, the seraph angels are like,
I always knew that I was going to live in a cemetery.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the seraphim came, I thought I'd lost the plot. I thought I'd finally had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
Because I still look back, and I'm gonna say the same here, right? I look back, and because some people have read my book and gone, is that really true? Well, I can't believe it. And I actually sometimes think, did that really happen? Was it my imagination? No, because the beauty of it was the dogs were there. Yes. So every time when the seraphim came and surrounded that house, they were like, wow, 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 wow. And they were going mental because everything went dark. So I know it happened. Yes. And also everything they said would happen. Like my dad, when he visited me, 15
warning
minutes,
you.
Full solid figure, spirit person sitting there chatting away with me.
Yes.
Right, telling me,
get ready, girl.
2017, when you get this sign, you're on your way. And now, just like you, Deb, I live like 100 meters away from the beach. I can hear it now. I'm looking at lakelands and woodland to my left, and this house is mortgage free. How did I get from homeless to this?
Yes.
That's down to the angel realms, the spirit world, and me suddenly realizing that I had to surrender naked in a cemetery.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Right. If you're there, do your magic, because I'm done now. And my God, did they do their magic? And now that's why I never worry about anything. Yes, we get human emotions where we get, peed off about things that happen, and we're like, oh my God, frustrated. Yes. But in the grand scheme of things, I now see it as a blessing. Again, the gift of this is I look and think, well, this isn't really that bad, is it? Because there's always going to be a conclusion, whether you win or lose it. So just right on.
You've already learned your shielding of like, I've gone through that. I survived it. I've learned to let go. You've surrendered, right? And now you're in this place of trust. And when we're battling ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it can make us feel like, okay, where is spirit? Where are you, spirit? Hello, what's up, right?
Yeah.
Our connection to our true self, it becomes illusions of suffering. We're in that denser energy. It gets challenging. And you spoke about that fear. How did you regroup yourself? How can you help somebody come? Like, what can you share? I know you said at the end of your book, you gave tips. What tips can you give someone to regroup themselves when they're feeling spirit is not hearing them, or they don't feel they're being heard?
Good question, Deborah.
It's a brilliant question, because the paradox of spiritual awareness and allowing spirit in is with this condition, or anybody that's suffering any crisis. This isn't just about ME, it's about depression, chronic illness, anybody that's in crisis, right? Is basically when your energy is heavy and dense, you can't feel them, because you are so heavy in your own shite that you can't feel them, and they can't get to you, and they're desperately trying. So that's the problem to begin with, is that so many people say to me, I've been forsaken, I don't see spirit people, nothing ever happens to me, I can't feel anything. And I'm like, whoa, just hold back, hang back. And like, people want a magic answer. They want to say, ding, this is what you do, and it'll be great and fluffy, and have angels around you, and everything will be lovely. You have to, the number one thing you have to do, first of all, is look and love yourself. Because when you start doing the most tiniest of exercises, mirror work, meditation, treating yourself, putting nice things in your house, right, that you love, it's not about the material stuff. It's I deserve to feel happy with everything I look at. Get someone to paint the room if you hate it, right? Tiny little steps towards self-love. Because when you start going, oh, that's good there, I like that, tiny little bit of that negative energy flicks by and just lets that tiny bit of light in, and through that broken vessel that light can start coming in, and that light can be the spirit world, the angel realms, whoever or whatever wants to come near you.
Well, I think it was Annie, because she just come in and put my light on in the caravan.
Annie is the earth angel. Earth angels in the house.
Because everything was going so dark, I could hardly see.
But you look, it doesn't show it, Miss Paula. It doesn't show it.
And he's just come in and put the lights on.
So this goes to of course, Annie is the earth angel. This is going to go to the next question here. You spoke of synchronicity, earth angels, the chains of events that created a shift. And you spoke how finally the angels come and they tell you teach.
Oh my God.
And it's with compassion and love. It's to the experiences that you just went through. All this, you're doing it now. Obviously, you're doing it now while we're talking. Yeah. And I feel like as you're speaking, it's you grieved, and you're in acceptance, and you were now. I can accept myself, girl. This is me. I'm showing up in my PJs, and this is what you're getting because I love the way I feel today, and this is what's up. Like straight up. How do you feel Spirit is going to work with you for the greater kindness of humanity? What is the message for you coming through out of this?
What is my message about spirituality and how it affected me?
The passion, the purpose, how you're going to use this, how Spirit going to use this experience that you just came out of to share.
I honestly think, now this goes way back to about 7 years ago when you're reading the book about me being told that amazing dream, and I wrote Earthwalkers. Oh my God, it's the most amazing story ever.
Perfect.
And I kept sending it out and nobody was interested. And now I realise that to get fiction out there is just a nightmare. So I might self-publish at some point anyway. So that dream happens. But now, when I look back, in that book, there is a suicide bomber in Wembley Arena. There's a disease that when anybody touches each other, they get it. And it becomes the whole world gets like under this pandemic where it's just from touch. And there's massive crises with earthquakes and tsunamis, all the rest of it. And then when I've looked back, I thought, oh my God, then this wasn't a dream of like write the book, which it was, but it was more you should have written it as fact. Mm-hmm. Because in that fiction book, I predicted the pandemic, the Manchester Arena bombings, and obviously the heightened problems like with Afghanistan we've got at the moment, all the heightened problems of obviously you see, this is a brain fog, Helen.
Yes.
This is really frustrating because I'm say terrorism. So it basically was a prediction for the next 10 years, that dream, right? And so basically, on top of that pandemic, on top of that, they're now calling it long COVID, right? It's not. What people are now experiencing are post-viral fatigue syndrome. From that from COVID, which is basically ME and fibromyalgia. Because when you look through all of those millions of people saying, they're calling it long COVID, you know, just for the media, it's not. Because if you look at the symptoms, it's the same as what we've got.
Yes,
right?
and 100%.
And so I feel that I've done lots of spiritual work in most of my incarnations. This one, I think, is to deal with the crisis of this pandemic. They want ambassadors to go out there and start regrouping people. That yes, there was a natural culling. I honestly, and I know it sounds brutally awful, and I don't mean it in any disrespectful way, but we are overpopulating the planet. We're abusing the planet. The planet is dying. We're killing it. So it needed a breath of fresh air. It needed a restart because it's basically less planes in the sky, less cars, less whatever. So it's had a bit of a breather because all the tsunamis and earthquakes kicking off are basically, you know, it's because the planet's dying and Mother Gaia's had enough. Yeah. Plus there was a depopulation thing. We've now got this long COVID, and basically that long COVID is what we've got. And I feel like for some reason, I was told it as well, actually, in a meditation and by a medium when I had a reading once, that I'd be a pioneer to help take people through this condition. And it just so happens now that we're suddenly going to get another 30 million people that have got long COVID that are going to be looking for people to say, how do I cope? How do people understand me? What shall I do? So I've got a feeling I'm going to be one of those light workers that kind of covers this arena. I thought my earth purpose was to just prove life after death and help people develop their mediumship skills. But now, as my dad said when he came and visited me that year in 2013, he basically said, you are going to completely change your work. It's going to be the most deepest, most amazing thing you're ever going to be doing for humanity. And I'm thinking, well, what could be better than proving life after death? Proving the afterlife. And I feel like this is what it's all about. It's completely. I'd never thought for a million years I'd be doing this, talking about this condition and self-love. It's the last thing I thought.
You and I both, girl. You and I both. I would have never thought.
And you just withdraw, don't you? The other problem with this condition is you isolate, you withdraw, and you go into depression. Mental health is a massive part of this. So again, I am now attracting mental health people that have been suicidal or have got depression or, again, oh my God, I've just got my brain fog. When you've got two things going on in your head, schizophrenic, lots of schizophrenic people. Well, and I'm like, come and listen to what I've got to say. If I can help you in any way, I'm not someone that's giving you a cure. I'm not saying I've beaten it. Of course I'm not, because I'm sitting here in my 90, right, with my hair unbrushed. But I've got ways that you can cope. I've got ways to make you smash this mentally and work with it. There are so many people that I've seen create craft businesses from their bed, jewelry businesses. They've started drawing again. They've started writing again. They've started, publishing poetry. They've started knitting and crocheting. And you just think, go for it, because your body's safe. You've got a natural ability and talent. And most of the people that have got this condition are driven people. That's why they push themselves to the edge in the first place and then get the crash, right? And they're not stupid. So you've got to find ways to think, how am I going to make money then? How am I going to enjoy myself, or what hobby shall I take up? I never thought for a million years I'd be selling books.
Well,
who knows?
I never thought I was going to be a psychic medium talking to the UK and being here on Zoom and doing this. I was a total girl that was out there working that 9-to-5 job, and never did I thought. I knew I was sensitive. I knew I was intuitive, but never did I thought, like, I'm going to do this for a living. And I'm so grateful that I am able to come upstairs. My husband says to me, must be nice. You can walk up the stairs and just turn on that computer and be like, hello, darling.
Exactly.
I've got to interrupt you. I'm sorry, I got to interrupt you because listeners have come in and they're all saying exactly what you've said, Nikki. They really agree with you and what you said completely about that's what a friend was saying. She had glandular fever, and then after that she became
glandular fever,
toilet, and she's really struggling. And I'll put this on the screen, but she said, Alison is listening. She said what she's saying is spot on. I want my friend to hear all this. She has CFS, ME, fibro. I want to get her your book. So if you could just say, where can people buy your book, Nikki? That would be amazing.
To be honest, if you're going to gift it to her, darling, look, do you know what I love about this is even the universe bought me a graphic artist, because I thought it's going to cost a fortune. I can't do that. And my God, the universe dumped in front of me the most amazing girl, Verity Rock, which is an amazing name, to be fair, Verity Rocks. And I just said to her, look, I just want to be a broken butterfly. That's what I feel like. I feel like I had full flight of beauty, and now it's gone and cracked. And I love the sea. And so she went, how about this? Now, does that say anything more than a broken woman that was wanted to fly but can't? On an ocean of just, look at it.
But also I feel it's empowerment as well, because I love it's empowerment. I feel it's empowerment with the wings. It's like you need to get up.
The orbs and the light. The lighting of the orbs, which is all around her spirit.
Verity Rock is amazing. She's doing my book number 2. Basically, if you're going to gift it to her, if she's suffering really badly with it, darling, I would go for the download if I was you, because I can't read, because with my brain fog, I forget what I've read, and that frustrates me. My eyes hurt, and I find it hard to focus, and I get headaches. So and that was my absolute love, reading. So people say, oh, you're an author, you don't read. I can't, so I use audio books. So I would, if you want to gift it to her, she wants to get it, the audio book might be better, because you can lay down and be completely relaxed and hear it. And I do put some anecdotes in it. It's not professional. You hear me ignoring it and everything, and I go, oh my God, yeah, that was really bad that day. And I'm like, oh my God, but anyway, that's me. You can obviously go to amazon.co.uk to buy it from there. You can download it on the Kindle as well. or get the hardback. Or if you want a personalised copy, you go to my website, nickyalan.co.uk, for the personalised copy. And if please, the other thing is as well, is that I get literally up to 50 to 100 emails a day. I'm very lucky. And when I finally get through them, most of them I can answer through my videos on YouTube. So I keep, so it's so easy for me now, because I find it really hard to cope with admin on bad days as well. So I basically say, go to YouTube, here's the link of the video, that'll answer your question. So if you follow me on YouTube on my channel, Nicky Alan as well, the Bedroom Guru, again, I do spiritual stuff, guided meditations, tarot readings. I also do a lot about ME, chronic illness, mental health and well-being. And that will answer a lot of your questions. Or all you need to do is comment below one of the videos or send me an email saying, can you do a video on? And then I'll do it for you, because that's part of what I do.
So that's what was my last question, is where people can find you. And you totally, you must be psychic, girl. I think you're psychic, because it's like, so what are you doing at this time? What are you offering? Where can people find the Miss? Welcome back, Nicky Alan.
You know, it's just very frustrating because I haven't got the energy. You know, the other thing is that I will say this to everybody. Here she goes. I told you she'd start at some point. Me is barking at the middle of nowhere. I think it's spirit person.
It's coming to an end. She's like, she knows.
Come on, Mom.
She's saying energy now has to stop.
You know what? Thank God she is barking and wagging a tail, because she was on death's door a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure remote healing worked. Anyway, and your healing, Paula. Anyway, Miss Paula, I'm going to call you Miss Paula from now on. But basically,
yes, please do. I love it.
Miss Paula, Mary in the house.
I love it when Deborah says that to me. Me, like,
I do also call her the Queen, y'all. The Queen.
Yeah, she calls me the Queen as well.
Oh my God, the Essex Queen. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Bedroom Guru. I'm in bed next to you, my favourite place. And do you know what? When you said about that, very quickly, when you said that the angel said, teach, and then my phone come on and this random video come on from YouTube that I wasn't even subscribed to. So that's impossible. I wasn't subscribed. I wasn't even linked into YouTube.
You
just
said
came
that.
Up. And I was like, oh my God, are you joking? I remember looking at the phone going, oh, hell no. I am not going to put my face and myself in my bed on there. No, it's not going to happen. Teach. And do you know what? It's the best thing I ever did. It's not exactly 200 million followers. It's only like 2,500. I don't care how many followers I get. Yeah. All I know is that I'm getting people share the most intimate stuff about their suffering. And that is what I'm here to deal with, I feel. I really do. I don't take it on board. Don't have to. I just literally give them my advice, my knowledge, my experiences. That's all I can do. The best thing in life, and I remember it when I was a copper as well, is that when anybody says, well, you don't know what it's like, and I go, yeah, I do. I've been there. And they're the best people for it, you know. And, you know, as I said earlier, these health gurus, oh, if you take this, you'll cure your ME. You think, oh, whatever. You've got no clue. Shut up. Don't listen to doctors. Don't listen to all these people. Go with your intuition. If there is a doctor you feel you need to, by all means, go. If there's a project that you think you can go and do it. But use your intuition, and that will tell you. Your body will tell you what you need.
Yes.
But in between, I can't do email readings as much as I want to. I'm working on my second book, which is called Survival, A Simple Guide to the Afterlife. And it basically is that. Yeah. So I've just finished that as well.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, I've done a map of heaven. I've done all of the chambers of the archangels, because that's the biggest hit on YouTube is my guided meditation of visiting your loved ones in heaven. It's like 22,000 people have downloaded that. Wow. And so I'm thinking, people need to know about having the afterlife, because I think the second worst thing to living with chronic illness is losing someone. And so I'm still want to keep my edge in on bringing comfort, knowledge, and education to people that are dealing with loss and people that go over. Where do they go? What happens? What is heaven? Why do we die? Why did they die? La la la. And so I answer it all in this book. And to be honest, that book was written 5 years ago, but for some reason that lot up there said, no, get your memoir out first. I'm like, all right. So this went out first, but the next one will be Survival. And I can't wait to see what Verity does on the cover of that one.
And I think you're there. You're in it. You are in that survival. You are a survivor, and you're living it the best way you can with a beautiful smile and a beautiful glow. Nicky,
I love you.
I heart you, girl. Like, this is not an easy path to have gone through what you've gone through. And for those that are going through it now, there are people that are listening to you. What would you like to share with them on a last note? What would you like to share to the listeners? Anything that you want to give a message to the listeners today?
And they're
all saying that you're fabulous. They're all saying it was such a fantastic show. You're awesome. It was an amazing. I've learned so much. Fabulous. Everyone is sending lots of love. My love to you.
This is why I love this, and thank you for giving me this opportunity, Miss Paula. You look amazing. You haven't got fibromyalgia. You look too amazing.
I know, right? That's what I hear. But that brain fog, I tell you, I say, parking angels, give me a parking right in front so I know where my car is right when I come out of the store, because I'll have that brain fog and be like, where did I park? But I won't tell people this because I want to still up. I'm like, I know where I got it. I'm like over there with my keys trying to go. I'm good.
My dowsing rods tell me where my car is.
All of a sudden, I'm going to the market now. Let me take my dowsing rods. I shall return later. Miss Paula, you're awesome. Let me just put this in my purse.
Oh God, you're awesome. No, my final words is that you've got to hang on in there, keep the faith, and the biggest thing that none of us, well, all of us struggle with, because as I say, most people are very driven and work very hard to end up with this, unless I think I honestly did get it from glandular fever, and I think the trauma from being retired from my police service, the back injury I got, I think that was the first now, and then the second now was road accident. So I think I've kind of had to deal with most of my life, because I've had mental health, depression and all that kind of stuff all my life anyway. But what I would say is that you need to surrender, and you need to, and this is what people don't do, is ask for help.
Right.
I would have rather have died rotten in my bed than ask anybody to come and help me, change my sheets, wash me, take me into the bath, wash my underbits and all that. Hell no, that's not happening. I'll wait until I'm 80 for that. And then in the end, I just sort of do it. And then as soon as I let go and asked for help and said I can't do this, so I'd always been a survivor my whole life. And there was no way I was going to let this beat me. But it's not about beating. It's about you beating it and controlling the bitch that it is. Yes. And so what you do is you say, I need help, I need money, I need a carer, I have a gardener, I have my cleaner. And look, excuse me, on bad days, I said, can you come and wash my hair? Can you come and do it? I can't raise my arms to wash my hair. My partner, he's so understanding, bless his heart. He lifts me into the bath. He washes me sometimes. Or I would just bring me a bowl in and say, look, I can't understand how I've got a partner out of all of this, Jesus, because you just feel that nobody wants you, that you're not worth anything anymore. Yes, you are. The beauty is that who you are, without all the bells and whistles, is what will attract you to the universe, to people, and what will attract you back. So you being real and owning your truth. No, I don't want to go out. No, I don't want you in this room. Can you? And the other thing was, I even used to be too scared. If people were playing their music too loud, if I was in their car or I was around their house, because we get sound sensitivity and light sensitivity, and I've got it at the moment. And so if anything loud, it's like it's smashing your head with a hammer. It's so loud, but to everybody else, it's quite low. And I used to be even too scared to say, do you mind turning the music down? I go, sorry, now I'm really sorry, I can't do it. I have really sensitive. Could you please turn that music down? I can't deal with it. Can you please would you mind just leaving me for 5 minutes? Because I really need my space, because I'm getting a bit anxious. Can you please just not do that, because I'm getting panicked? Can you please just go and get me something that's going to help me with my pain? Can you please go and get me something that's going to make me feel comfortable? Could you please be in my home, but just don't interact with me, because I can't talk with you at the moment. Own your truth. Say from the word go. Don't be a hero, because you're not being a hero. You're being very silly and showing lack of self-love if you just sit there and pretend everything's okay. Don't do it to yourself. Own your illness, own your condition, and own making it the best it possibly can be for you.
Yes.
Put yourself first.
Amazing. And Zoe has said, always amazing to hear you talk, Nikki. She watches you on the Guru, the Bedroom Guru.
Oh,
it's
so
been a
I
fabulous.
thought it was you, Zoe.
It was a fabulous show. 3 lovely rays of light. Thank you.
Oh,
We are. We're a good team, aren't we?
yeah, we are.
We're a good
Miss
team.
Paula,
Miss Paula, we gotta get a name for Miss Nicky Alan.
A lot of my followers are sending in me texting going, Miss Paula with laughing face.
But you know
Oh
what
my
to do,
God.
listeners, is we're going to do a Zoom evening of mediumship and spiritual messages and psychic messages soon. I've just got to wait until my energy's back too, because obviously
It'll be
having 5
amazing.
weeks of no sleep with Mia and driving her to and from Bristol, which is like a good 2-hour drive. So it's like 5 hours drive. No, 2.5. It's
God.
5 hours drive a day. It's absolutely killed me. Then I had my family come down, my brother with all his kids and his wife. Then my sister come down with her kids, and it was just like one thing after another. And so I've just gone, woo, big bust, boom bust, boom bust. Pace as well. Don't boom yourself out, because you'll end up paying for it. Pace everything you do, plan everything you do. If you're going away for the weekend, I normally start packing about a week before, because then I can just put one thing in, leave it. Because if you leave everything to the last minute, you're going to end up getting panicky, anxious, and you're going to burn yourself out and hurt yourself again. So pace everything. That is the most important thing to do, is pace in your life and everything that you have to do in it.
Fantastic. Well,
thanks,
thank you
Deb.
so much for coming on the first live spiritual surgery. Deborah, thank you so much for being the host with me.
Oh, you're so amazing.
Thank you, Nicky.
Beautiful. You're so
It's
gorgeous. Your
beautiful.
light
It's
is
so
just
lovely.
so vibrant.
You guys are
Yes.
all amazing. I'm just grateful to be here with both of you. It's a huge honor, Nicky Alan, for being with us. I know Mia was calling for you earlier. So with that being
Oh, she's
said,
gone back to sleep now.
did she? She's like, okay, Mama, you're good. They got the hint. She's like, they got it. They heard the message. Chill it down a bit. So with that being said, Miss Paula, I think you're going to end us with some grounding. Talk to us, girl. What you going to do?
Yes, and Nicky, you can leave or continue on just for a few moments.
No, I'll continue. I want to be hearing this, please, darling.
Get it, girl.
Okay,
Get
well,
it, girl.
we're going to play Holistic Serenity, and at the same time, there's sound bowls, and at the same time, me and Deborah are just going to, we're just going to, for you to earth down.
Love it.
Okay, so
Breathe
first
it
of
through,
all,
everybody.
Deborah, I'm going to start, and Deborah will just start going down to the earth, and then I'm going to play the to finish it off. Okay.
Yeah, you just cut out a bit then.
Oh, okay. So I'm just going to start playing this for a second. I don't know if you can hear it.
No.
Is it? Oh, have we lost it? Not playing?
No.
No.
It's not playing. Oh, well, come off.
Who's that then?
It was Holistic Serenity. They did me a video. They're amazing. Let me try it one more time.
Are they from the UK?
They're in Ibiza.
Oh, wow.
Her outfit is gorgeous.
It's absolutely amazing, but I don't think we can hear it.
That is because you're going to guide us through it, Miss Paula.
Yes, so we'll have the sound going in the background just slightly. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's not playing.
Oh my god, I love sound bowls. Oh my, they're my most favourite sound on panpipes.
They are
Shall I Google it?
amazing.
Play it on
Maybe
the
it's
phone?
because there's a few of us on there. So I'll just remove them for a second, and we will just do the grounding. I don't know why it wasn't playing. It played earlier when I tried it, but maybe there's too many of us on there, maybe.
It could be.
It could be. So, Deborah, am I going first?
Do you want to go first? We can just ground.
Okay. So, everybody, we just would like you to, this is a little technique that I do about grounding. And the first thing I do is literally just breathe 5 times, visualizing going up to my crown and just to my heart. And at the same time, I just visualize all my energies just coming down into my auric field, but just 5 times. So go up to your crown and down. What that does, it just brings your energies in. So you'll be able to ground better when we go down to the earth. So just breathe and bring your energies in. And then sit yourself in your heart. And if you can visualize yourself in your heart with golden light now, just wrapping around you in your heart, cocooning you in there. And the golden light gets bigger and bigger. And it goes right the way down to the earth, going right the way in your body, right the way down to your ankles, and then going right the way down to the earth. Locking the golden light right down into the earth. You feel yourself sinking down with the golden light coming down and mixing with the roots of other trees, entwining, going deeper, going right the way down, connecting your roots to the tree roots, going right the way down into the earth. Visualize yourself going right the way down now, maybe inside a tree. Visualize the tree. Maybe it's a tree you like. Maybe it's a tree that you sit with. Visualize going inside and shutting yourself down for the night. You go inside and you shut the door. So you're shutting yourself away from spirit. You're closing yourself down. And you're inside the tree. Just touch the tree. Feel the energy, the calm within you, within the tree. And over to you, Deborah, to continue, my love.
Just allow the energy to dissolve. Allow the energy to dissolve within you from every worry, every thought, just any illnesses. Just let's surrender. The word surrender. Allow the minerals to dissolve this. As you bring in a new cord, a new root to recharge you as you are settling in the earth. Allow the golden light to go into your legs, into your chakra system, into your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown, your arms, your spine. Allow it to flush and dissolve everything that has worried you, as it recharges you with peace, with joy and laughter and fun and grace, compassion, understanding. Allow the energy that no longer serves you to just dissolve as you sit still, resilient and strong. The heaven energy is charging you from above as the heaven of the earth is anchoring you in. Allow the anchor to gently pull you into the earth as you are supported, protected, and staying strong. With that being said, you are now rooted and anchored and grounded.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. I hope that has helped. And Nicky, you seem to be enjoying that.
You're muted, baby. You're muted.
You're muted. No, muted.
You're
I can unmute.
muted.
I've done it, I think.
She has to unmute. Okay.
Sorry,
she has to unmute.
The dog was barking for a little while. I was just inside the tree and my arms were just stretching out on the branches. And then I thought, oh God, I've got to come back. I was there, girlfriends. I was out.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, thank you so much. And thank you. And we had some amazing feedback tonight. It was absolutely amazing. So many people are on there. And thank you so much. And everyone has benefited from it, Nicky, and what you were saying. And it's made them feel
so much,
an awful lot better.
Really
and everyone is saying it was awesome, brilliant show, nice to be with you and all the listeners watching. And yes, people were using the radio phone as well.
All right.
Fantastic.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in. So we're going to go. I was going to go out with the sound bowls, but I'm not sure it's going to work.
Oh, come on.
So we will end it without. But thank you so much. Deborah and I will be back in a month. Deborah, can remember our guests. We have the Table Whisperers live in a demonstration on
I'm so
table
gonna watch
tipping.
that.
That's going to be so
And
fun.
Deborah, we've got a guest in America as well, and I've forgotten his name. Sorry.
JC Camarillo in the house.
He's in the house too. So that is our next show. So look out for that. And in the meantime, Spiritual Surgery is going podcast, and Deborah is going to be on it as well. And I'm hoping Nikki at some point. That would be lovely.
Course. Oh, you better invite me, young lady.
Thank you. So we'll say good night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching Spiritual Surgery. God bless everyone.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Bye.